This photo of a mixed up Rubik's Cube is going to solve itself in slow motion. Just like this. Now the cube is solved. Welcome back to another Tutorial Tuesday. My name's Lloyd. I'm going to teach you how to make and perform the very trick that you've seen at the beginning of today's video. But first things first, if you would like to win the very gimmick that we make in today's video and a deck of my very own custom designed by me moonshine playing cards, then all you need to do is make sure you are subscribed to my channel where I upload weekly tutorials every single week, and comment something down below. A winner will be chosen at random by next Tuesday, and your gimmick and deck of cards will be shipped to you for free anywhere you are in the world. 7 days from today, my membership launches the 1st of November. The membership's called the Society of Secrets, and it's the place where I'll be sharing all of my best kept secrets and methods, the stuff that I'll never share on YouTube. If you want a sneak peek at one of the items from that membership before anybody else, then head over to Lloyd.tv. Subscribe to the mailing list, and later on this week I'll be sending out that free sneak peek. The first thing that you need to do is take 2 photographs of yourself holding a Rubik's Cube, one solved and one unsolved. I then opened both the images in Photoshop and laid one image on top of the other and tried to position it as close to exact as I could. Once I did that, I then used the lasso tool to quickly mask around the mixed cube. Then, using the wand tool and the brush, I tried to remove any extra edges from the mixed up cube photo. When it was finished, I had something that looked like this. One photo of a cube on my hand with a very accurate mixed cube placed right above it. I then sent both of these photos to a pocket printer. But if you don't want to use your own photos and you want to use my photos, head over to Lloyd.tv, subscribe to the mailing list, and you will receive a link to the very 2 images that I took and edited for today's video. With the 2 photos printed out, use an X-Acto knife very carefully to cut out the mixed up cube from the photo, okay? So I cut out, or Kaylee cut out, the mixed up cube. It helps if you get yourself a Kaylee who will do all the arts and crafts for you from that photo. And with this photo that now has a hole in it, I tape it on one edge to the photo that has the solved cube on it, okay? Like this. So now there's a hole right here. Finally, I placed a small magnet onto the back of the mixed up cube, which goes here. And I took a small set of magnets, which I can place on the back of this photograph. And the pro tip is, I've placed some tape on the smooth side here so that it'll make this move smoothly on the back of the photograph. So when it all comes together, I have a magnet on the back here, which will slide this back and forth, and it's covered by this cutout shot. So now that you have your gimmick ready to go, I have my magnet placed on the back, I have my mixed up cube segment on the front, okay? I'm going to maneuver it into position just so that it looks pretty much perfect. And then I'm going to fold the gimmick down. The only thing I want to make sure is that the gimmick doesn't stick out and get caught like that on the top. So I'm going to bring it back into position just like this and make sure that it just sort of sticks under the cutout a little bit. What you can do is actually cut out an extra little section here so that it constantly stays under the hole. But basically that's what's happening. So I'm in position, and all I'm going to do from the back is I'm going to slowly move my finger and the magnet over as I shake, okay? So as I begin to shake, my finger's going to move that magnet, which is going to move the cube. What's interesting is that because there's a yellow cube here and some yellow squares here, when this yellow square moves and covers this part, it looks like this bit solves and then this bit solves. It really aids to that slow motion illusion. So let me just show you again. I'm just waving my hand back and forth just to cover slightly what's going on. And as I do that, my finger is going to move to the side slowly. You don't want it to get caught over the edge. And as that happens, without the wave in motion, this just slowly moves. And it looks like that cube solves in slow motion as you wave. And I push that magnet as far over as it'll go until the piece inside gets almost to my thumb. And sometimes I can actually feel that piece hit my thumb, and then I know without looking that it's cleared the cutout area. So one last time, let me just show you how that looks at the performance time speed. So I'm just going to wave back and forth, and as I do, my finger will slowly push against the magnet, and it'll give that illusion that the cube is beginning to solve itself magically inside the photograph, just like this. Now, you're going to want to clean this up, and there's a few options you've got, and you can get creative with it. Most magicians watching this will sort of have some ideas of what you want to do to clean up in the end, but I'll just tell you some interesting things. The first thing is that aside from this top piece, this photograph is a solid photograph. So one thing you can do, in theory, is if you steal this piece off into palm and then under the cover of misdirection flip this over, you can then have this part examined by the audience because there's nothing to find. But I think a more practical approach is to do something like this with a wallet. So let's say you have a wallet, you have a regular photo of a solved cube, okay, which is going to go underneath the wallet. You're going to take this photo out of the wallet. You make it visually change in slow motion. So you say, watch the photograph as the cube begins to change. So it changes like this. Now what you can do is you can ask the audience to hold their hand out. You can bring the photograph around and then switch it under the wallet and hand them the real one. And you just want to make sure that like you ask them to point out their hand over here. So you say, can you hold your hand out? This is the gimmicked photograph, as you can see. So you execute the change, boom, just like this. You say, hold your hand out for me. Perfect. You can now take a look at it. And then you've just done a classic under the wallet sort of gypsy switch for the real photograph. And then they can examine this because they're not even looking for a gimmick at all. That's it, a week today, the membership launches, the Society of Secrets. I'm so hyped for you all to see it, but until then, why not head over to Lloyd.tv, subscribe to the mailing list to get some goodies, and once you've done that, maybe watch this video right here to get some more of a magic fix, and if you like what you see, maybe binge the rest of my channel and hit that subscribe button. Until next Tuesday, folks, I will see you very, very soon.